What's up, everybody? It's Ghost Robo. Welcome back to Evolve. We've got the very scary Scarab Gorgon here, ready to do some damage on weather control. I turned on my Xbox. A bunch of people were already in the party waiting for me. So we've got a squad of Total Horizon 836, Boss Binky 36080, Evan Stoner, and Halsper ready to tackle us. And today we're tackling a very interesting topic, and one that I think is going to bring about a bunch of good discussion in the comments. And that is, what the heck do you do when you can only keep 3 of these monsters? So what the heck do you do if in Evolve 2 they say we're only going to bring 3 of the 5 over? And that's what we're going to talk about once the game gets started. Big thanks to all you guys and girls for your support. Make sure to hit that like button and let me know in the comments what you think about this topic and what you think about Evolve. And if you want more of it, likes are the great way to let me know. And let's get on with the battle. I'm excited to see what these guys bring. We got three freaking eyes in the center. 3 mobile eyes, different colors, but 3 eyes. And it looks like they're rocking Laz, Kala, Crow, and Lennox. On to the battle. Ooh, look at that skin. Gorgon looking all sorts of beetly today. Reminds me of Aladdin when Jafar sends off the scarab to uncover the Cave of Wonders. And I wonder, what 3 monsters would you keep? So there's obviously Goliath, Kraken, Wraith, Behemoth, and Gorgon. But let's say they make Evolve 2. And let's say they decide they want to bring some of the fun from Evolve 1 over. And they're going to carry over 3 monsters. Which 3 do you bring? Which 2 do you leave in the dust? And so I really thought about this and was trying to decide how do I determine, because I love all the monsters, right? At some level we love all of them. I think that's safe to say. And I was thinking about which are the most successful at sort of their type. You know, like if you think about, okay, so Kraken is a flying type, and Wraith is a very quick invisible type, and Behemoth is a big, big meat shield and a big roll, kind of. They all fit a certain MO, right? They all fit a certain type. So which ones would we want to keep and which would we let go? And I think because of the cover, because of the familiarity, because of the comfortability, and because of just how great he is, I think Goliath has to be one. So I think Goliath comes instantly. I think he is an automatic, he's a shoo-in. And to me, Kraken is kind of a shoo-in as well. Because Kraken is one of the OGs. I really love Kraken. I think that, Kraken has a really nice skill. There's a big ceiling for Kraken's skill, because the lightning strike requires skill, managing the flight and the projectile attacks with closing in for some of the closer attacks and using the vortex, and I feel like Kraken has a really strong moveset. And obviously, Kraken and Goliath being the first 2 monsters, those are the first 2 movesets that they developed. And so you have to imagine that those are the ones that were the first to come out of their minds, out of Turtle Rock's minds, and the first to really be fully realized, and maybe that plays into it. But I think those 2 are automatic, and that's where it gets a whole lot harder. From there, who do you add? Between Wraith, Behemoth, Gorgon, which one do you keep and which 2 do you dump? I think that's like a really tough call. Now, some people may say, hey, Wraith is an OG as well, and so she deserves just as much love as Kraken and Goliath, but I personally don't think so. I soured on Wraith over the course of Evolve's life, and I still think she's a cool character, and I still enjoy being her, but not as much as the others. So I'm going to eliminate Wraith, because I think that with a new game, with a new engine, with a new, whatever they do new, I think that they could really make a better Wraith. And I will sure miss Supernova, but I really think that they could upgrade that kind of character and give us something even cooler. Plus, to me, of all the monsters, Wraith has the most generic design. It looks, you don't really have eyeballs to focus in on it. It's not really able to be as emotive. It doesn't have as many moving parts. So I'm going to dump Wraith, which it sounds terrible because I love all these monsters. But I'm going to dump Wraith, and that leaves us down to Behemoth and Gorgon, which is a really tough call. Because Behemoth, as many of you know, started off really rough. And I really didn't like him. I thought he was pretty poorly built because he just wasn't working. Like, his moveset wasn't working. His rock wall was really finicky. It wasn't effective, and it was getting caught in all sorts of geometry, and he was just a slow brute that really, really struggled. But over time, and especially in Stage 2, Behemoth is like a force to be reckoned with, and I love playing Behemoth. He's possibly my favorite monster to play as, or at least, you know, one of my top monsters to play as. So, Behemoth has a lot of things going for him. But he also is just kind of a big lug, and I feel like that's an easy character type to replicate. Obviously, Goliath would be as well, but Goliath, as we already established, is kind of the OG, and so he's going to get a pass on his, you know, more Godzilla-type look, and that's fine. You need a monster that fits that role, that fits that slot, basically. You're Godzilla-like, and he can do the big fire breathing, and he can do the big stomping and the rock. They're just a great moveset and a great monster. Gorgon is a very cool design, and I think a giant spider is like an excellent fit for a game like Evolve. And they decided that they weren't going to go with complete environment manipulation, but they were going to allow you to hang on walls, which is a way to interact with the environment in ways that no other monster could. I think she has a really great moveset. Her acid spit obviously is reminiscent of Goliath's fire breath, although it also leaves a mark on the ground and is harder for hunters to escape. Her little baby spiders are also incredibly interesting, and then her web snare is really, really a solid move as well. Now, I'm not really a fan of decoy, or mimic, sorry, and that, yeah, I'm so not a fan, I don't even know the correct name. I'm really not a fan of mimic, and I rarely ever use it. So mimic, I wish that Gorgon had a different, better fourth move, because I really like all of Behemoth's moves. I really like Lava Bomb. You know I spam the heck out of that. I started off hating Tongue Grab, but they worked Tongue Grab into something that I really like. And then Fissure is a great move as well, and Rock Wall is totally unique and very cool to see in action. So I am leaning towards a Goliath, Kraken, Behemoth carryover. And that's, you know, hard for me to say and hard to do, but I honestly think that would be the best trio to bring over. And, you know, I know it's not everyone's favorite trio, and I know some people love Wraith, and in the limited tournaments I played, Wraith had a lot of action and was, you know, very difficult to take down. Wraith can be a devastating monster. And I know Gorgon gets a lot of love. When I do, like, live streams or any sort of play like that, Gorgon is one of, if not the most requested. So Gorgon is a beloved monster who has a really cool moveset and is really able to deal a lot of damage and be unique in that she can deal a lot of damage, but also is very mobile. And also fills sort of that another female slot, which I really like. But you could easily replace and have another female monster. That's not something that is out of the realm of possibility. But I do think that Behemoth is a harder guy to nail, and not because he's a big lug. That's easy to recreate. But the fact that they finally got his moveset so ironed out and so really, I think that they nailed it. I think that is something that should stick with the game. Why would you not want to keep that once you've already nailed it? I will miss Gorgon's little baby spiders, but I think I would miss Behemoth a whole lot more. And I say this as Gorgon crushes and dominates and just destroys the opposition. But as sad and hard as it is to pick, I would choose those three. Now, maybe you don't need to choose any. Maybe they bring all five over. Maybe they bring none. Maybe they just bring Goliath. I could see them doing that. I could see them saying, hey, Goliath was the cover character. We're going to have him in the game, a new cover character, but we're going to bring Goliath over as sort of the nostalgia, the evolution, the honoring our history. Or they could bring all five and, just add like 2 new monsters. But I really think a fresh start would be great. And I think the monsters are the highlight of the game. They are the showpiece. They are the tentpole attraction. So bringing in new monsters is the best way to generate hype. And it would, do wonders for trailers, for gameplay, for statues, for reveals, things of that nature. So let me know. I'm very curious. What trio would you guys bring forward? If there's an Evolve 2 and you could only pick 3, what monsters and why? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. So pumped to be playing Evolve again. And thank you all for making it possible and supporting me and supporting this game and supporting the community we have here. It is one of, if not the biggest communities, the best communities I've ever built on YouTube and we've ever had to share together. So I am forever grateful, and I'm super glad we get to play more of it and experience the amazing game that Evolve is together once again. I'm going to dive back in for another round. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Until next time, everybody, thanks again for watching. Drink so much. I love you all. Until next time, we will see you all later.